Hey guys, welcome back. Dimma here. Today's video is going to be all about hand care. I've gotten quite a lot of questions on this. Like every time I do a Q&A, sometimes in the comment section, some of you are asking, Dimma, what do you use on your hand? What's your hand care routine? And I always say nothing. I was always quick to say nothing because I've seen people who have fancy hand care routines here on YouTube. I've seen people who use toners on their hands, and I don't do anything like that. And as a result, in my mind, I was like, oh, I just do the regular stuff. But then I was asking myself recently, Dimma, what you consider regular, is it even regular to others? You know, these things that you do regularly that you think are normal, some people who are asking don't necessarily do them, and it's going to help them out a lot. So in this video, I'll share with you guys what my hand care routine is. It's not difficult, it's very straight to the point, it's not complex at all. So the first thing, guys, I take washing my hands very seriously. I know that some people, after they wash their hands in the morning, don't necessarily think it's essential to do it throughout the day. I actually take washing throughout the day very, very seriously. I don't want my hands to smell funny. I don't like it when they smell funky. I wash my hands every time I leave the kitchen. I wash it before I eat. I wash it when I come back from the grocery store. I wash it after I do laundry or come in contact with certain substances or things that you'd find in detergents or cleaning materials. You actually need to wash those things off of your hands. You don't want them sitting on that, like on the layer of your skin, just sitting there. They actually can lead to hyperpigmentation sometimes, especially for women of color, black women. And some of you might say, Dimma, the more I wash my hands, the more dried out they look. I'll say this, okay? Personally, especially if you can help it, the hand washing liquids that I have at home are the ones that are moisturizing. And these are not difficult to spot. If you go to the grocery store, there are a lot of brands. I like Carex. Carex has like a range that clearly says moisturizing on it. Get those. But whether or not your dishwashing liquid or hand washing liquid has moisturizers or is moisturizing, it's very, very important that you dry your hands off properly after you've washed, and then you go in with a moisturizer. After you've dried off your hands, I would say use hand cream. I do not go anywhere in this life without hand cream. Even at the height of the pandemic, when there are hand sanitizers, especially those hand sanitizers that have alcohol, they will dry your skin out. And alcohol is also not something that you want just sitting on your skin without doing anything to compensate for the dryness, okay? Make sure that you moisturize. I use hand sanitizers and then I go over them with moisturizer, or I go over my hands with moisturizer, okay? I consider hand creams a must. I consider them something essential. Just the way I throw my hand sanitizer into my bag, I throw in hand cream as well. It's equally important. It will give you moisturized skin. It will help combat the dryness. It will replenish whatever moisture you've lost with all that disinfecting and all that washing. My favorite hand cream at the moment is this one from the Body Shop. It's their Moringa hand cream. But the Body Shop especially has very, very good hand creams. They even have this hemp one I think I've talked about before. Even when I was a blogger, it doesn't have to be from the Body Shop. A moisturizing hand cream is essential, okay? You don't go in with a moisturizer, let's say when you're working in a hospital now, like you guys know, like there's certain protocols when you're working in a hospital or certain environments. If you're not working in a hospital or working a type of job where sanitization is something that is like a life or death issue or a life or death matter, please just wash, disinfect, moisturize, okay? The third thing that I do daily that I think a lot of people take for granted is using sunscreen on your hands. Guys, your hands, this is the reason why you will see sometimes that your hands get so wrinkly and even have freckles and have these dark spots. Some of that is from sun damage. You need to protect your hands from the sun. Very, very, very important. I always have sunscreen in my bag as well. Sanitizer, hand cream, and sunscreen, okay? The one that I like to carry around is the Shiseido Clear Sun Care Stick. This is SPF 50. It's Synchro Shield, Wet Force, Heat Force. It's extremely important that you apply or reapply sunscreen after 2 hours, okay? And because for me, for example, I shower, I do my body care and face care, and I'll kind of spray to reapply sunscreen on those parts. But because I could easily even wash my hands 10 minutes after I came out of the shower, depending on what I've done, you lose whatever sunscreen you apply on your palms, on your hands faster than you actually do on the rest of your body. So it's important that you're actually able to reapply throughout the day. I love this because it's very, very easy. It looks like deodorant, or it comes in this packaging that looks like deodorant, right? And what I do is I just kind of work this into my skin. I apply it all over. It's also moisturizing. It doesn't feel like you have gunk sitting on your hands. I love the feel of this sunscreen, and it smells so good. It smells amazing. And for me, another reason why sunscreen is a must for your hands is women like me who do gel manicure. You either do gel manicure or you use gel polish. You have to cure it with the lights, the UV lights or the lamps. You need to use sunscreen before you actually put your hands into those things. You need to protect your hands. People actually get cancer from just being exposed to certain types of light. So please make sure that you protect your hands with sunscreen before you put them into the lamps that you use at the nail salon. Very, very, very important. So for me, sunscreen for my hands, non-negotiable. Even when I am not going to the nail salon, even when I'm not putting it under UV lamps, you need to use sunscreen. You will see sometimes some people will say to you that, oh, my knuckles did not used to look like this until I started doing my nails. The reason is the lamps. Especially if you do your nails like 2 times a month and you're putting it's the lamps. The lamps contribute a lot. So make sure that you're protecting your hand. It will protect your knuckles as well. Please make sure that if by the nature of your job, you come in contact with harsh chemicals or certain chemicals, let's say if you work at a hair salon, so you come in contact with relaxers, hair dyes, things like that. I have seen firsthand how handling these type of things actually affect the skin that comes in contact with them regularly. If you also work as a nail tech where you're coming in contact with acetone, if your work involves doing a lot of laundry and you come in contact with bleach, please use gloves. That's actually the reason why I'm saying this now. I think that using gloves when you're dyeing, when you're relaxing, when you're using all these things, they protect your hands. Very, 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 very important. So my hand care routine is essentially these things. But one last thing I do occasionally, and I'll say that this is kind of number 5, is I exfoliate, okay? The hands are kind of like the feet and they do a lot of work. More work than the rest of the body. It can feel dry. The skin can get tough just because of how much it has to do and how much it has to handle. So I would say make sure that you're also exfoliating your hands regularly, okay? I exfoliate my hands 1 to 2 times a week in the shower. So when I'm exfoliating my whole body, I also exfoliate my hands. And my favorite body scrub is the vitamin C, the Tree Hot Vitamin C Shea Sugar Scrub. I love this. It works amazing for my hands and for my palms. I take my time and I work this in, and whenever I'm done, my skin just ends up looking very, very soft. Looking soft, feeling soft. But that's essentially it, guys. This is what I do to my hands, okay? I wash, I exfoliate at least 1 to 2 times a week. I moisturize every day, especially whenever I've done anything that removes moisture from my skin. Disinfect, wash. I always moisturize, and I always use sunscreen. So I hope that you guys found this helpful. I hope that it made sense and answered all your questions. Give this video a thumbs up if you like to. Subscribe to me if you're not yet subscribed. If you have any other questions that you think maybe I should have answered in this video, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. I'll get to it as soon as I can. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Mwah.